welcome to Midlands Gundogs. I'm a bit unshaven today, but I'm trying to grow my beard back because it's been pretty cold down here and my face has been getting cold out hunting. So I think bringing back the beard. So today's video is going to be on how to transition from dummies onto cold game. I use a step-by-step method, so if the dog gets 100% success rate. I'll also touch on, because I get a lot of hunters and all they do is pick up game, their dogs pick up game, not the hunters. But they have the reverse problem of during the off season the dog won't touch dummies, so they've always got to have some cold game supply in the freezer. So we'll fix that problem as well. It's pretty much the reverse of what I do to transition from dummies onto cold game. Like I said, this is the way I've done it. Other people do other methods. I've had 100% success rate with this. I haven't had any issues later down the track. The biggest thing is when you're training the dog with dummies is you do a variety of dummies. Don't just have the one dummy. And because I did that initially with one of my dogs and it was the only dummy that wanted to retrieve, which was a Doken duck dummy. Only reason was it was easier for me to throw a little bit further because of the shape and the weight of the dummy, but that was my mistake, not the dog's mistake. So so that one went into the cupboard for a couple of weeks while we threw a few other dummies, and it come out every now and again, not all the time, but then I put it into the rotation of the dummies. All right, let's get to it. All right, so first point of call is you got your dogs retrieving a variety of different types of dummies. So the dog gets the concept of whatever I'm throwing, that's what I've got to pick up, or whatever I see in the sky, that's what I've got to pick up. Okay, so when I move from the dummies into cold game, I introduce fur before feather, just because it's easier to get them picking up the sensation in their mouth. I've just find that rabbit fur's better than introducing feather first. So I start off with the tennis ball. You can get these from Sporting State over in the UK. I can't remember how much, although I think they're about $8, $9, I can't remember. I'll send the link, I'll put the link in the description if anyone's interested. They're quite good, just don't use them on wet days because they get fairly wet. Use them when it's fairly dry. I then progress to the bigger rabbit dummy. Okay, I think this is a 1 pounder. Okay, so it gets their mouths a bit bigger than just having the hole in the tennis ball in their mouth. Okay, so when I teach to feather, I get a dummy and I place one wing. These are from this season's duck season. Okay, one to start off with, because they still get the sensation of the dummy. I then, once they're picking up this fairly confidently, I'll put 2 on there, then 3, then 4. Once they get to 4, I will then start showing them and working with a cold game itself. Don't leave these lying around with these attached. Okay, because if the dogs will start, they'll like them and they'll want to. I had one dog actually eat one of them before. So don't leave them lying around. Put these away once you're done with them. I just put them in the freezer. It doesn't really matter. So it's out of the way in the game freezer. I don't use elastic bands either. It hasn't happened to me before, but I don't want the elastic band to break and then the dog gets scared about picking up things again. So I just use electrical tape. It's just as good. It's a bit harder to get off and on, but I find it's a little bit safer for the dog. And that's how I introduce the dogs to cold game. Now, simply, if you're the hunters that I get, they start at this end and they can't get to this end. Just do it in reverse. Okay, instead of starting off with 1, have the 4 or 5 on a dummy. Use that dummy for about 3 or 4 weeks. then just start slowly taking them off. Okay, they wouldn't need to go to these. If they really wanted to, they could, but eventually you'll get back down to a stage where the dog's going to be retrieving just a dummy. And that's it.